Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the third episode of my Gems and Junk series, and it is now November. The weather's getting cold here in Minnesota, and it's just kind of like all sorts of depressing, so hopefully we can dig into some really awesome beauty and makeup items to cheer us up a little bit. So the very first gem I have, and if you've seen my very first PR unboxing, you've already seen this item, but as I've continued to use this for the last couple of weeks, I've just fallen more and more in love with it. This is the time release delivery fluid from Minnavi Cosmetics, and this skincare brand is from Korea, so it's a K-beauty brand, and they're just launching in the US, and they are just starting their journey in the US, and I'm so happy that they sent this for me to test. And like I said in that PR video, which I'll link down below, but this is really awesome for people with oily skin or people that struggle with not being able to find moisturizers that aren't so heavy. Like for me, I love moisturizers with this consistency, and it is fairly runny, so I can probably get it to run down my hand here. So because it's pretty runny, I really like using it both day and night under makeup, mixing it with foundation to thin out foundation. This stuff is really amazing and it has a lot of uses, and you can just, pile more on if you need it, but if you don't, because you have oily skin, you just want something really light, this is something that's absolutely perfect for day-to-day use, and it doesn't matter if I'm breaking out or not, it's always a good time to be using it. And it has helped even out my skin tone, which is something that I struggle with. I have a lot of sunspots here on my cheeks, and it has helped kind of lighten that up and even that out. So it's been really awesome so far, and I definitely recommend checking them out. The second gem of this month is, this is kind of like a beat up palette if you look at it from the outside, but this is the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro Palette, and this palette, and I've had it for over a year, maybe 2 years, and it's super pigmented, and it doesn't look like I've dug very much into this, but I've actually been using this quite a bit. Since I've gotten it over a year ago, I've been using it probably twice a week, I want to say, depending on, if I get something else that's new that I'm really obsessed with. But these, because the different shades of brown that are in here, you range from warmer tones to cooler tones and light browns and dark browns, and I just really love the bronzing colors in here. I'll admit I don't really use the four highlighting colors. I'll use this one for a highlight because this one's actually shimmery. But the other ones I don't use too much just because I don't really like putting excessive product on my face when I don't have to. But this product is totally worth getting just for the four bronzing shades and contour shades. They're all matte, or they're all on the matte side, which means they're perfect for both bronzing and contouring. And so yeah, looking at these pans, they are very good size. They're kind of standard contour and bronzing sizes, bigger than your eyeshadows, and this is definitely worth picking up if you just can't find your shade. I've looked into the Kat Von D contour palettes, and I have not been able to bring myself to spend money on that one just because I love this one so much and it works for me. So yeah, definitely a gem. The third gem that I have this month is the Fenty Beauty Foundation. I know I'm really late to hop on this bandwagon, but when she first launched it, shade 230, which is so I got matched both at Sephora and at the JCPenney Sephora, and they both kind of said that I was a 230, and the 230 sold out almost immediately. And so I've been waiting weeks to get this, and I guess I've been sort of using the little sample pots from Sephora, but they never really gave me enough, or I wasn't able to try it more than one time to really know if this was the right shade for me. Oh my gosh, you guys. The formula is just so good for me because I get so oily under my foundation, and it takes a lot for a foundation to block those oils or prevent it from separating on my face. And I feel with the Fenty Beauty Foundation, if I'm not going all day with makeup, if I'm only going a couple hours with makeup, I actually even skip setting powder when I use this. I know it's really daring to do that, but this formula is just so good for somebody with oily skin. I have a friend that has really dry skin, and it really didn't work for her, and I can see why. This is a really mattifying formula, and so if you don't have kind of oil to almost balance that out, it might not work for you. But yeah, you grease balls out there, if you have not hopped on this bandwagon yet, you totally should. So the last gem I have for you guys today is actually a set of highlighters. I decided to do these together because they're from the same line, and I know they have more than just these two, but these are just the two I have. So these are the highlighters from A2O Labs. Let me show you this first one. And this second one. So these highlighters are so pretty, and they each have individually 6 shades in them, and they even come in this like little cute magnetic little palette thing. So yeah, I believe they call them the Spectrum highlighters, and personally for me, I don't ever try to pick out like one specific shade that's in there, but I'm just gonna like swipe my finger across it, and you can actually see that different colors are picking up. And this one might be a little bit hard to see just because they're all pastel and they're all so like close to each other, but it's pretty pigmented, and I'm not sure if you can see like the individual colors that are on here. I will have to admit they are just a hair chalky for me. I'm gonna swatch also this rainbow one. They have another rainbow one that's a little more pigmented than this, but look, you can actually see all of the individual colors. And swatching them out, like certain colors show up, you know, a little bit better than others, but it's a highlighter, right? So you don't really want the colors to be super vibrant in the first place. And like the leftovers on my fingers, you can definitely still see some of the different colors that are there. And I just really like this product because it's really affordable. That's like one of the things I love about that website. So last but not least, my junk item for this month is this Kiehl's. Is that how you pronounce that brand? This Kiehl's Blue Herbal Spot Treatment. So I've been going through kind of like a very pimply like couple of weeks, and I just kind of wait for them to go away, but I just have had so many like all at the same time where I just like kind of freaked out, and I went online to try to order some like spot treatment for them. Like I don't like to wash my entire face with like salicylic acid or benzoyl peroxide just because it dries my cheeks out, and I don't want to make it worse, especially with winter coming. So this product had like a really good review on the Sephora's website, and it was like under $20, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna give it a try. People are saying how, oh yeah, they put it on their pimples like at night and it just like makes it go away the day after. So it's in like this little bottle here, and for the price, it's definitely a pretty good value because like there's half a fluid ounce in here, which is like half of, you know, normal foundations, and for spot treatments a little bit goes a really long way. The reason this is in my junk category is because this made my pimples worse. Like, oh my goodness, like if I put this on a pimple, it would make it bigger and like more angry and more red by the next day. And I was like, okay, well maybe it's just like, you know, certain pimples are doing that, but I use this on every pimple that I've had like in like the last 2 weeks, and every single one of them has done that. Like this has not made anything better. Even like after I pop my pimples and I like put this on, it doesn't make it any better. Like people are saying that this got rid of their pimples overnight, this helped them so much and it helped the healing process. Like it just absolutely did not work for me. And I don't know why I'm like the lone wolf, because it had really good reviews online and I'm just really disappointed. And literally right after I'm making this video, I am like going to Sephora and returning this item. So that's it. Those are my November gems and junk. So if you guys have had an item this month that you guys have been just obsessed with, like please let me know in the comments down below, and I would love to try them. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. So please subscribe here before you go, and have a great rest of the week. Thanks guys so much. Bye.